On this episode, we're tasting the Su Legno Nero, and that's the Barrel Fermented Stout. Keep an ear out. I'm going to give you some tasting notes and some more food pairing. This is Yeah, Beer and That. Hello and welcome. It's a segment 3. I'll put that back on. We're just talking about bling for summer. I'm actually wearing
Here we go.
a Seiko SSK 001, a GMT. It's it looks like the SKX. It's like the new version of the SKX. SKX was like a massive Seiko watch. It's not. But
stop. It's a lovely watch. It's $1,000. It's lovely. It looks great. Honestly, it does.
And Andrew doesn't like it. But Andrew was talking about wearing
I like the watch.
No, he doesn't like it on him.
I
Sorry.
hate wearing watches.
But Andrew, you were talking about a black wedding ring for you, for when you get married to Hannah Isbell.
I just. I don't really... Yeah, I just don't want to wear a ring. I just don't.
Do you know what a black wedding ring is, though?
No.
So I only found this out recently. If you find someone with a black wedding ring on, normally it's because they're swingers.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or pineapples, apparently.
What's a pineapple?
Oh, if they wear pineapple clothing, it means they're keen to like give you their wife as long as you give them theirs.
Okay. Oh, right. No, I'm a
pineapple
swinger,
clothing.
just Hannah isn't.
Okay.
That's one of them, I guess.
Or she's a cock.
You without knowing it, I suppose.
Okay.
No. I haven't been down that path. But yes, I don't feel like, I don't know. Jewelry, don't know. Just don't wear it.
That's fine. I'm all out of sipping beer, and Andrew almost
I had a little bit of sipping beer.
But we're back for... well, this isn't like... We should probably not do this anymore because we're on level 3, right? Mm. And we're releasing all the segments individually. Mm. So we are having a Su Legno-centric podcast. The 3-episode bundle. I might call them level 1, level 2, and level 3. I can't call it level 3, actually, because I called the last one level 3. Regardless, we've been enjoying Su Legno beer. Barrel fermented and aged ales. And this segment, we're going to be tasting the Su Legno Nero, which is their...
Stout.
Yeah.
You put them up, I hit them down.
Yeah, thank you, mate. They're stout. I've never tasted this beer. Andrew, you have, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. Not for a while, not like yesterday or.
Did you love it when you had it, or was it one of those?
That's an interesting question.
Can't remember, or
no, I can. It's just as I talk about, stout isn't a huge one for me. I don't mind it, but I'm not a huge stout drinker.
Is it a big? Is it a heavy? Is it a bold stout? Is it a heavy stout? Is it a?
I can't remember. It was
a
fair while ago. But I'm not. I don't stock a lot of stout. I'll make a black and tan with Coopers at home, like on a winter's night.
With the Foreign Extra Stout, the Coopers yellow label and a green label,
or a spark. I actually had a spark. I actually had my first ever sparkling.
What are you talking about?
No, black and tan made with a sparkling.
Okay.
Yeah, yesterday.
Oh, did you really? Okay. I love a black and tan too. I really love a black and tan.
But I'm not someone that keeps a lot of stout. I think I've got a shipwreck stout from Robe Town in my fridge at the moment.
Oh, okay, cool.
And not a knock on them because their stuff's really cool. But every time I go a little bit, I probably were happy not to have it. Like, I don't mind stout, but it's not my big one, to be honest.
Sure, no, that's everyone has their styles and their things and their loves and their hates.
I really like dark beer, dark ale, but stout for me sometimes can just be a little bit too more
chilling,
like too much, and I just go,
yeah.
I just
I
wanted
get
something
that.
refined.
I do get that.
And stout can do that, and maybe it's different. Like stout has a few different types as well within it. Something's vibrating, and it's not me.
It's not me.
That's weird. Someone ringing in. Have we got a caller?
1 second. You know what? I think that was my phone. I'm guessing it was Georgia. Give me 2 seconds.
That's fine. I'm gonna. This label too has a wonderful color coordinate, like the Nero. Do we know what Nero means? Like we talked about what they mean.
I'm guessing Nero means black in Italian.
Yeah, but
would that be fair? Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, I think like I would have guessed that too. But do we talk about why they were called Oro and Primo? Do we know that? The other two beers?
No,
I can't remember if we talked about that.
Sorry. I think it was my phone that was vibrating. Sorry, just by the way, because this screen that I've got in front of me here did go blank.
Okay.
So, and I was very confused about what was going on. I didn't feel that vibration. Anyway.
I could hear it, but I couldn't.
Okay.
Oh, it was your phone.
Must have been.
Okay. Yeah, not sure why they're called each one. Maybe it'll be
Oro, Primo, and Nero. We'll have a look at it in a bit. But sorry, what were you talking about, mate?
I just said that sometimes I find stout really rich, like far too rich.
Okay.
To the point where like it's like I can find some stouts sickly rich, and some I find beautifully dry, and that's where I think like the Cooper Stout I think is like a drier stout.
What about Guinness as an Irish stout that's like 4%?
I love it.
I love Guinness for that reason, though. You get the flavours and aromas of a stout without the
kick in the cunt.
Yeah.
So, like, already smelling this, I only get that little bit. So what I don't like...
Oh, that's full malt.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Yeah, it is good.
That smells...
Oh, it smells delicious. And I do remember really loving this the first time I had it.
You know what else? This doesn't have that vanilla American oak.
And I fucking hate that on stout. That's what I don't like.
The barrel-aged stout smell. This doesn't have that. This just has...
that sweetness you can get with stout. You know, that sweet, like...
The sickliness.
Don't mix I don't like my sweet with my, like, bitter. I like them very separate.
Yeah. I think we were talking about this because we're both not sweet guys. We're both savoury guys, right? I'm looking forward to this more now that I don't smell tons of barrel on it because I've had bad experiences with barrel-aged stouts.
Yeah, some I want to throw at the fucking wall, honestly.
You know what it is? It's the ones that are like, here's a donut stout or a
double chocolate for me.
Yeah, and it's just like, come on, man. Like, this doesn't taste good.
I just
like,
want it to
I get
be
it.
real...
It's 18%. But
taste it. I fucking love it. You will love it.
Mate, what is the alcohol percentage?
Yes.
I'm guessing that's way lower. That tastes really dialed back. Like maybe 8%, 7%, something like that.
6. So
I was expecting
interestingly,
something heavy.
Interestingly, they're all 6. All three beers
all
are 6,
three
6 and 6. Yeah.
So that's all of the Su Legnos, the Oro, which is the pale, the golden pale, the Primo, which is the amber, and the Nero.
And the stout,
Okay.
are all 6%.
Let's do this. Do you have more about the story of Su Legno?
I do.
Why don't you go tell us a bit more about the story of the Su Legno while we try and taste and dissect this?
So under on their website, which is loading. Sorry, everyone. We have at Su Legno, they believe that brewing is an art and science combined. It all started with the inspiration to craft ales that go beyond contemporary beer styles and utilise materials and methods from the 18th and 19th century before the advent of stainless steel and refrigeration.
I love that. So it's not that he's doing this.
We combine modern brewing techniques
Because fermenting in a barrel is insane to me, because you have to. So we had. Do you remember, Andrew? Years ago, we did a podcast with Viney Wines.
Yes.
And something that he said has stuck with me since for the last 6 years. It was about 2018,
Wow.
I think. And he said that brewing is like baking
I say this to people.
and winemaking is like just making food. In that,
Winemaking
with
is like
winemaking, cooking, you just do whatever you want and something
Beer
will come
brewing is
out.
like baking. You must be
And if you miss a step, if you get a step out of order, baking, you can fuck the whole...
Have you done much baking? Baking's difficult. Yeah,
George is a
I've
baker.
dabbled a little bit in cake making and stuff, and like you can't just chuck shit in, right? Like you're cooking, like you can just throw in, I'll add some of this, I'll add some of that, and you taste, and a bit more salt, a bit more sugar, or offset the flavor. You can fucking throw whatever you want in. I've never done winemaking, but it sounds like...
Well, the reason I say that is because I think this is a testament to John because he talks about the art versus science of brewing. He's taking, in my opinion, a huge risk by fermenting in a barrel. You can introduce anything.
You're right.
We don't even when we've done some like spontaneous fermentation or where we introduce bugs into our small, like 50-liter batches. We throw those fermenters out after, and we're done.
Very hard to
That's
get rid
it.
of. Yeah.
Whereas what he's doing is fermenting in barrels. He either is as clean as a nun's nasty, or he is just so confident that he hasn't introduced any. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm confused. I'm always confused about how he's been able to do this and produce such a high quality. He was a Cooper's brewer. I think they hire the best of the best.
He said he maybe was there for 10 years.
Okay.
I think. I'll check that.
Fact checker. Where is he? Have we even got a message back from Megahead or not? Not on there.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think
Maybe that's me not having enough education about how this is done. But that to me is an insane...
I'm really looking forward to chatting to him.
Yeah, me too.
And asking how, what, why, when. All those questions are going to be really important, I think.
You know what I would like to do more than that, though? Can I just say, and this is kind of off topic because we want to really talk about the Su Legno Nero, and I've had a few sips, a few tastes, a few sniffs. This is fantastic, and I do want to talk about the beer more. But what I'd like to do with him is almost like South Park it, where we don't even talk about Su Legno so much because we're gonna talk about it a lot here. I want to know more about him. I want to give him do you remember we did the Getting to Know You segments years ago? Where we did the introduction to craft beer, the Desert Island beer, and the Guilty Pleasure? That's kind of what I want to do with him more so than anything else.
I want to dive right into his cervix. Really stick my head in there. That's what we need to do with him. Find out what's ticking, why are you ticking. Yeah, be his OB. I totally agree with that. This is a wonderful stout.
All right, let's go through, Andrew, the systematic approach to tasting.
Yeah.
Aroma. This is
a lot of hop. No, I'm trying. It's like, just fill me with some fucking malt, will you? Love it. Like that burnt biscuit for me.
Like he's obviously used some chocolates, maybe like
Hard
Crystal
raisin,
120 or some really malted, kilned malts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get. Did you say raisin?
Yeah,
burn.
You know when you put raisin toast in and it goes a bit too long?
Yep.
In the toaster?
Charcoal-y.
Yeah.
It's what you want. It's not what I expect though.
I was expecting that vanilla sweet.
I was expecting oak
because of the
more barrel. Yeah.
Which I fucking love that it's not.
Me too.
Yeah.
I love that this is not as the other two beers, the Primo and the Oro.
I hate that for my stout.
Yeah, me too. I think.
I
actually don't know because he's made that really work really well with the other two. But
I meant for this one.
Yeah, but for this, no. That's what I mean. I don't normally like that in beer at all.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
so I wouldn't have immediately hated it, but the fact that it's not there.
Color on that head though. Look at that.
You know what as well? The head retention and the head
for a stout is
formation.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So there's obviously some very good protein left in here. Look at that. That's a half inch.
Oh, now give it a sniff.
Smell that.
It's absolutely bursting, isn't it?
There's everything about this.
Yeah.
So this is also weirdly, this is a very craft beer, right?
Yeah.
But I would give this to someone to get them into stout, who's not even a craft drinker.
Yeah, someone that goes. Oh, that's far too dark for me. That is,
This
I don't
has-
drink anything but clear. You could probably give them that.
Because okay, so on the aroma you've got a little bit of everything, right? But on the flavor, that is subtle enough. There's a lot there to pick apart,
There
right?
is.
But it's really smooth and subtle. Like, you know, when we were talking about how round and soft the Primo was compared to the Oro.
Yeah.
And I think I even used the words hot silk for the Primo. That is a ruffled polyester shirt compared to this. Do you know what I mean? Like, they have gone from, I said, a 50-cent coin to a cue ball. Well, now we've got a hedgehog to a 50-cent coin to a cue ball. The Nero is now the cue ball. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is
Is that the diamond?
this is now my
You're
favorite.
putting that in the diamond.
Yeah.
I probably agree. And I never thought I'd ever put a stout ahead of a golden or a pale. But that is phenomenally good.
I don't know. I'm surprised as well because I like stout as well. By the way, so whenever
So do I, but it needs to be in my wheelhouse. I don't like all stout.
I want to talk about the Shifty Lizard Stout, not at all, but like not at all like that, but like I used to keep that in the fridge
Yep.
because it was amazing, right?
Yep.
This is the same for. Do you know what I mean? Like there's only so many stouts you can drink and like and enjoy. You've got the Cooper's Foreign Extra. The Shifty was my craft stout, right? That was so good. This is I can't believe the complexity and
Can
the
you give us
subtlety.
some tasting notes?
So you actually do get like a little bit of that vanilla, right? On the flavor. You've got biscuit with this like lovely charcoal. It's not charcoal, but like that burnt toast almost flavor. I also get this weird amount of nuttiness, like a Nutella on burnt toast almost.
Yeah. I agree with that. The nuttiness.
It's so smooth. Like, you know, when sometimes you get a stout, like if you get a Cooper's stout, you get spritz sometimes. This is if the Primo was a milkshake, this is a thick shake. Like, it's a really silky mouthfeel. It fills your mouth, but it goes down really easily.
I think it actually has a little bit of the component from the Oro.
Tell me.
The bitterness for me hits sharp, it hits well, and it pulls right back. Like I had a sip 10 seconds ago, and it's lingering a bit, but not like it does in the Primo.
Okay.
I feel it cuts clean.
I think it's really. I think it. Did you say it was long?
It's not as long as I expected. Like I still feel it's long, but I thought it would be longer. So, I'm just comparing the three. Basically, I know they're three different
Beers, yeah.
beers,
Ales, yeah.
ales, but sometimes when I have a stout, it is like long, like it's a big bold Shiraz, right? I feel like it gives me enough, pulls back, and I still want to have another sip.
I want to keep drinking this. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, my comparison was a little bit more like the other beer. Anyway,
You ready for this?
Yeah.
So I've got up the Su Legno tasting notes. Overall, it's inspired by the classic South Australian stout.
Yeah, there you go.
So the Cooper's
Yeah,
Foreign
no
Extra,
wonder.
right?
Yeah.
So that's also used in the BJCP guidelines as an example of a perfect Foreign Extra stout, by the way, the Cooper's, yes. Very dark, moderately strong, smooth, and fairly dry. Do you get super dry with that? I get some lingering
Yeah,
sweetness.
It's not super dry.
Prominent, but not as astringent roasted flavors. Perfect.
Yeah, that's great.
And aromas.
That's a really good descriptor. That.
Aroma. See, he's put roasted malt. Absolutely. Coffee. I get no coffee at all.
Nah.
Dark chocolate. Yes.
Yeah, it does.
Vanilla. I don't get that on the aroma. I get it on the flavor. And some charred oak. The
A
American
little bit
oak.
more vanilla on the flavour, I think.
Flavor, some balanced bitterness, some coffee, roasted malt with a moderately dry finish. Thoughts?
Yeah,
It's a stout. It's going to have roasted malt. You're going to have that, aren't you? I think the vanilla flavour isn't overwhelming for me. I do get it on the mouth.
I get it more on the flavor than you. I get nothing on the aroma.
Brother. Yeah, me too. And I'm glad it's not overwhelming because I've talked a little bit about how I hate that sweetish, like vanilla style stout you can have that's just too much like that. Is it oat? Is it oat stout that does that?
Oat stout, yeah, where it's super thick. That's where they
like-
put oats in there and make it
Yeah,
real thick and hazy and like a porridge.
No, I hate it. So I want
Yeah.
it like a
Oatmeal
little bit
stout.
thin.
Yeah.
like
I like
I-
the thinness of it. Yeah, the thinness is good.
Which Coopers do really well with their foreign extra like that.
It's weird. Since
that
I read that,
mouthfeel,
this
like-
does remind me of Cooper Stout.
Yeah. Except
The Cooper Stout head is a lot whiter.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
To this, which I love that this has the.
See, I love coffee. I wish I had more coffee.
yeah. Yeah, have some of the
That's right. I'm good
Second
for
half.
now. I'll get that in a bit. What I want to talk about first is the food pairing.
the food pairing.
This is very Hogwarts. How you said that.
You're always in a hurry.
Thoughts?
It was funny.
A guy from work gave me a lift, and Joe, his name's Joe, and he's like proper 5'3" Italian, and about 50. And I was telling him what we do. He's like, I've tried every beer in the world, but I just buy cartons of Beck's. Like that's my thing.
Beck's?
He said he tries everything, but for the last 10 years he buys Beck's. Like that's his. And I was trying to explain to him that we do like a little bit of a podcast and whatever. And he was classy to be talking. He'd like to cut me off, and he was like, "Yeah, but like, do you taste that beer?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Anyway, he asked me. I was saying how like for a while that we do like a homebrew beer and a commercial. And he was just like, "Oh, do you talk about food pairing? Like, there's always food pairing." I was like, "No, we don't really give a fuck about food pairing, to be honest. Like, that's not something we've like ever."
We haven't. No.
And tonight, here we are.
Here we are. Well,
he gives
thank
me
you,
a lift
Joe.
and. Yeah. Joe Kagurchio or whatever he said. Like, well done.
Well,
We
keep
are
that
now
hat, yeah.
talking food pairing. So
We did, that was unplanned. It
Isn't
was
that-
just
isn't
part
that
of the
quite-
blog. That was, that was
it's
important.
funny how that works.
It was important to John to tell us what to have the
course.
beer with.
Of course.
And it's one thing, when I hate that I make it about me a lot, but I do. You just blinked at me like I don't hate it because I don't always hate it. Yeah,
go on.
but I did do that whenever I sold a carton of Fest beer or the Pale Ale.
Yep.
I'd slip in a card there that would say this is what you should eat with this
Yep.
beer, because that was important to me. That you should. I wanted customers or whoever to enjoy it to its fullest.
It's full. Yeah, I agree. With that.
And sometimes people don't know, because it kind of doesn't matter because it's whatever you like. But if you get told, sometimes when you go to like a winery and they go, let's do a food pairing, and you feel, I don't know, you can sometimes still feel pretty special that you're,
Of course.
having these meals
Yeah.
that are designed specifically for.
For this beer, I don't feel like I want anything.
So this is the end of the night for me. Like I've already eaten. I don't need anything.
The only thing I'd match it with for mine is Hannah, actually, who never cooks. My mate, is the worst cook ever. She did make Rocky Road yesterday or the day before. It was fucking brilliant. I would love to have this with some little bit of that Rocky Road she made.
So this is dessert for you.
Marshmallow, lolly, chocolate. Yum.
So for me, and maybe this is because I've been to the Cooper's Ale House far too many times, but they used to do a Cooper's Stout meat pie.
Oh, you're having pie with this?
Big chunks of like
You're having
steak.
a Billy's pie.
No. Like a homemade gourmet. You know what I mean? Like so.
Yeah, I do.
Like so, the meat is soaked in this stout. The Su Legno.
Yeah.
You've got like a lovely, and you've got a homemade pastry, some Su Legno stout, braised steak, and some lovely freezing cold tomato sauce on the side where you cut the steak in half. It's too hot to eat, but you dip it in the sauce and then you eat it.
To cool it down a bit on the
To cool it down. And it's got that lovely combination of freezing cold, acidic tomato sauce, like the good stuff, the ketchup, right? With
Don't
that,
say ketchup.
but you know what I mean? Like the maybe like a tomato chutney, like cold, you know what I mean? Like with the crispy like pastry and the braised
The
meat.
flaky pastry.
Yeah, the
is
flaky
nice, isn't it?
pastry.
The
That's-
flaky pastry gets me.
And I don't want a big glass of this. I want a small tulip, like you'd have almost like a wee heavy. Do you know, like that's
Yeah.
you know, I think they call it a thistle, like a 250 ml.
A butcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But this is moreish. Like, I'm happy to have a pint of
we've
that.
both topped the glass up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So food pairing, Andrew. We're just talking about this. Oysters,
Really?
grilled or smoked meats, gamey meats, fruity desserts, or shellfish.
Fruity desserts. That's the lollies.
So
lollies
that's
with
your
chocolate,
lollies and
yeah.
the Rocky Road.
Yeah, that's where I was. And you were with gamey?
Yeah, I want big chunks of meat. I want to chew through sinew,
Yeah.
muscle tendon,
Nice.
as I'm getting through the pie. But pastry
Yeah,
as well.
I bought some biltong. I was meant to bring it.
What?
I bought
What?
biltong today, and I was meant to bring it.
What's biltong?
Biltong is what I was eating in Botswana when I was there. Like, it's an African jerky, but it's much softer.
Okay.
Very soft, like jerky. You know, it's really dry, and you chew the fuck. This like melts in your mouth.
Okay.
And it has some fat around the edge that's delicious. Anyway, I bought some, ate it whilst, and then half of it, very expensive, but I had put it in a tub to have with our beer, which would have been a perfect pairing. Anyway,
Great idea.
I fucked it up.
No, that's all right. That's fine. We've had some
Next
lovely
time.
beers tonight. Thank you so much for hanging with us.
Have you not been entertained?
Su Legno, mate, it's a lovely, like this. You know what this reminds me of?
He ain't going to listen to it, is he? Probably not. Until we ask him on, he'll do that and then go back and listen to this.
He'll listen to
and he'll
make
be
sure
like,
we're
oh, fuck,
not
I shouldn't have been on.
Totally psychopathic. Yeah.
Maybe. Or he might not.
Yeah, I don't know. This is really artisan. Like, do you remember we did a podcast with Ren, or Ren beer,
Yeah, R.I.P. Yeah. Poor bugger. Yeah.
and just the way he talked about the way he crafted his beers. That's what this reminds me of. Like and how he was so candid about like
touch it. I'm telling you.
one thing he said to us during that interview was that his beers aren't made with the tears of a Tibetan yak. They were just high quality German malts. You know what I mean?
what he
Like
said? I don't
he said, oh yeah, he said something along the lines of, I want to quote him verbatim, but I can't remember exactly.
yeah.
But he said, yeah, we don't have the tears of a Tibetan yak, but
He was a funny
we've
prick.
got. He was so funny, and we were sitting amongst
authentic
the
as fuck, wasn't
fermenters as we were talking to him.
Yeah, and his little daughter was running around. It was
Yeah,
such a family.
yeah.
Yeah, love
And
that.
that's
I
what
love
this
that.
reminds me of.
Yeah.
That's straight where my mind went when it came to this. Give us 2 minutes. 2 minutes, darling. 2 minutes. No. Give us 2 minutes. Thank you. Thank you, Georgia Green, my darling. And she's flipped me off. That's fantastic. What were we talking about? Renby.
Yeah, the yaks and the loving it and all that.
Oh my god.
Yes, I agree. They're well touched. They are artisan crafted to the nth degree. I think there's a lot that's gone into this. This isn't just a side flippant exercise. I think he has really refined this, and there's real purpose behind it, and I think that's why we love it. To be honest.
On that note, Andrew.
See you at the bottom.
Fuck me dead. The most stout I did.
Yeah.
It's not a sculling stout. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we finished on, so we did.
We'll see you on the next one.
Come on down, we're gonna have a good time at Toads. Come on down.